Yes, guys, we're back. Episode 4, Beyond the Ropes, the Cam and Don boxing podcast. Let's go straight into it. What are you saying, Don? You right, mate?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank
Long
you.
week,
Good to
yeah?
see. Long week. Almost the end of the week, but
So much news.
as always, plenty of boxing news.
Jeez, man.
And I'm gonna let you start. I'm gonna leave it to you. Fury and Ngannou confirmed the fight of the century. Your favorite fight. He's bought merchandise. He's got posters. He's so happy. He's gonna buy it pay-per-view. Go on. The floor is yours.
Mate, where's that poster? Right there, behind you. Jesus Christ, there's that crook. He's a crook, mate. He's a thief. You know, he's robbing people, man. Like, unbelievable. Like, who fights? Who does a fight like this at almost near their peak? Arguably, maybe he's just past his peak, but he's still at a good age, still able to fight the best, yeah? So how is this even possible? Why are you doing this, man? Like, why? People used to question Mayweather for fighting Logan Paul, but that was the end of his career. You
He's
know,
retired, man.
he's retired, but this guy is like, this guy should be fighting Usyk. What is he doing?
It's a daylight
It's
robbery.
daylight robbery, man. 100%. It's just it, like you said, merchandise. Yeah, money, 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 money. You know.
Do you know what I find so funny about this, right? Like, you can't even compare it to a Mayweather McGregor because Mayweather was retired anyway. So he's done it at the end.
Yeah, McGregor.
Yeah. Did everything he needed to. He fought everyone he needed to fight, and then he took the Mayweather fight. So even though McGregor was in his prime, but he did what he wanted to achieve. And at the end of the day, Fury could say the same thing. Oh yeah, he's done everything he wanted to achieve. No, but look, come on. There's one big question mark on your record. Are you the best heavyweight in the world? We all think that, but look, Usyk's there. Beat him, and then you can do whatever you want. He's 34, like you said, and
same age as me. Can you imagine?
He's in his prime, mate.
He's in his prime, bro. And the thing is, right? It's one thing like, let's say 20, 30 years ago. You retire when you're 30, 31. Yeah, most boxers would. You know, I think when Lennox Lewis fought Mike Tyson, you could see, because the sports science wasn't quite there. It isn't what it is now. Like, he's still got the best, you know, everything. He's got, like, his entourage must be incredible. He's Tyson Fury. So you're telling me that he still can't go out there and perform at a very, very good level. Maybe not 100%, but let's say even 80, 90%, Fury is capable of beating some of the best, you know, anyone in the division. So why is he fighting this guy? What is he doing? Honestly, he's just ruined his name. He's absolutely tarnished his career. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it.
And it's just a shame because since that Deontay Wilder fight in October 2021, okay, he's fought Dylan White, which was a mandatory, which was a good fight because at the time people were saying, look, this is an interesting fight. It's the next best guy. It's not Usyk, it's not Joshua, but Dylan White is dangerous. It's a great British bust up, and he dealt with him easily. But then come on, Derek Chisora. And then who else?
Bums, mate. He's fighting bums.
No,
he might as well fight people on the street. He might as well fight me and you, to be honest, if he's doing this.
What is he playing at, mate? And have you seen Frank Warren's interview on Talk Sport?
No, I haven't actually.
No.
Oh, yeah, actually, no, I have. I saw clips, funny enough, on TikTok.
I feel bad for him because at the end of the day, it's his job. Like, what is he supposed to say? Is he supposed to say he's supposed to sell it, and he has to? That's his fighter. He has to. If he's promoting an event, he has nothing. It's like us if we're promoting Tyson Fury. What are we gonna say? Of course, he knows deep down it's ridiculous. It's pathetic.
Yeah,
he can't say that. So I kind of feel bad for him, but he just looks like a knob. He just my language is just. I feel sorry for Frank because he just looks like a clown because he's trying to defend it.
Exactly, it's not on him. It's on Fury, because I'm sure they had a discussion to say, Fury, what do you want to do? You know, you've got this fight. It's basically a wrestling match, right? It's all artificial. It's all fake. Yeah, that fight is just fake. What's the point? You know, or you can actually have a real fight. Fury's obviously gone, well, Yeah, for some reason he doesn't want to fight Usyk. I don't know why. So he's gone out of his way to go for this fight instead because he knows he's going to have a good payday. He's not going to get hurt. It's just an easy day for him. He'll probably be drunk while he's walking there or something. Probably like out of his nut, you know. Just
it's terrible. But the thing is, apparently this is his last. This is the last fight on his contract with Frank Warren and BT Sport. So I wonder if he does sign with, Saudis and Skill Challenge, or, well, I don't know what's next. It'll be interesting because this is October. Would he still? Because I don't know what is next then. Because he surely can't still continue to have this fight. Surely he'll fight Usyk next, right? Or Joshua. Like, who else will he fight? Unless he just retires.
Like, seriously, who is he gonna fight?
Unless he retires.
I think that's the only thing that's going to happen to him, bro. Because even Anthony Joshua, did you see he did like a press release or something recently, and he was saying like just like little digs at Fury, saying, "Oh, I basically always fight. I'm always available. What have we had this year? We haven't had any good fights, so I'm trying to basically give the fans what they want. I'm gonna fight him, and then after that, he's gonna fight Wilder." And it's true. I used to be so critical of Joshua, but you have to give him that. You have to say, when there's a fight available, he takes a challenge. He'll go for it. He doesn't shy. He doesn't shy away from people. And before I used to be like, oh no, Fury's not scared. It's just the money. All they need to get the ratio right. But it's not. It obviously is. It is the money. Even though he went out of his way saying, "Oh, I'm the people. I'm here for the people," which is absolutely baloney. And he and now, yeah, I mean, respect to Joshua. I think I can't stand Fury anymore. Like we said, we loved that. We used to love that guy.
We loved him.
But if you're not gonna fight, well, what's the point? Why are you there? You might as well be just sitting in the stands.
It's literally that, mate. I don't really know what more to make of it.
No, joke, to be honest.
It's a joke, but on to some more positive news. And I know you are a big fan of this topic. I know you like both fighters, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. And look, we knew that Teofimo Lopez is 25 years of age, a two-weight world champion. He's a two-time lineal champion, one of the best talents in the sport. And we knew surely he hasn't retired. And it seems like it's true now. It's true that he hasn't retired. He's obviously come out of his little break. It's only been a month, but we knew that was just to keep his, name in people's mouths. And it looks like we could get the fight we want, and that is Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. So yeah, look, you've seen the news. You can see my screen, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's made a U-turn. He's not going to vacate his WBO super lightweight belt, and they've had an exchange on Twitter, and look, he's called out Devin Haney, and Haney's ready. Haney says, "Yeah, let's do it." And just FYI, this is because, and I'm sure you know yourself, this is because if they gave Teofimo Lopez 24 hours, so WBO, he's the WBO champion, the organization gave him 24 hours. Otherwise, they would make, I think what was it? I think basically he had 24 hours to confirm if he's going to retire or he's going to be remain champion.
Have to get the belts, yeah.
If he, I think the options were if he vacates and he is retired, there was a fight ordered. I think it was Jose Ramirez and Arnold Barbosa Jr. Yeah. But if, and guys, correct me if I'm wrong if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure this is what it was. But if he remains champion, Haney gets to fight Teofimo Lopez. So it's something along those lines. I'm pretty sure that's what I think sure that's correct.
Got to the bottom of it, yeah.
And look, as you can see, look, he said come out. He said, he needs to come out of retirement. And well, I don't know. Well, here it says Devin Haney was going to fight Arnold Barbosa Jr. for the belt, but no, he said let's fight. Let's have it. And mate,
he's throwing some like shade on Arnold as well there, just basically.
Yeah, literally. And it's interesting because there's so much to it. Like this fight has been it's marinated. It's long overdue. It's been in the making, years in the making. And what do you make of it all, mate?
perfect timing when it happens, because look at the ages, 25 and 24. I mean,
Yeah,
arguably you're getting them at the best time. I know Lopez retired, but obviously he did that, I think, probably just to, I don't know, maybe for promotion or whatever, to make a big deal when he comes out, just attracts more of an audience, more money, I suppose. Maybe it's a marketing ploy to retire. I think more boxers do it now than they did before. They retire and they come out of retirement when there's, there's a big fight available. Um, and yeah, this will be a good fight if it happens. But then there was news today about Haney having the gun, right?
yeah, but he's out on bail. I think that's minor. I
Oh,
think
is it
he's
on
obviously
bail?
just
Okay.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
obviously yeah. Just at the end of the day, they're targeted. I don't think that's big news, but I
No,
think the main
yeah.
thing is it'll be a great fight. Look, I think it needs to happen. They're both in their prime. It should have happened at 135 pounds lightweight, and obviously there's so much history. Haney
Yeah. Yeah.
had that WBC belt. He should have never had it. Loma did not defend his belts against Haney because he
Yeah.
wanted to become undisputed and unify with Teofimo Lopez, and that was the only belt he didn't have at the time.
Yeah.
Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko, the two best fighters in the division, fought for undisputed, but WBC messed it up because they made Devin Haney the WBC champion and
Yeah.
elevated Lomachenko to franchise champion,
Yeah.
which is still higher status, which still means he's
Yeah.
the super champion. But then all these boxing fans, it's annoying because officially on the records, it doesn't mean that winner wasn't undisputed in the records because there's still the WBC belts. How stupid
causes
is
so much
that?
confusion.
It's
It
just
causes so
confusing
much
and it's just
confusion.
stupid. What are you
It
doing?
makes no sense.
Because
It makes no
really,
sense.
that was the undisputed.
Yeah.
Because forget Devin Haney, they're the
You're
two
just
best
trying to give
fighters.
everyone their flowers. Like that can't happen in boxing, right? There's only one winner in the end, really. Like, so why are you trying to like give all three of them their flowers? I don't know.
And what I feel bad about is obviously there's always that debate whether Teofimo was undisputed, whether he's not. Of course he was. He won all the belts and he won it from the man.
Yeah.
Obviously Haney's undisputed now as well. He beat Kambosos because he had the WBC belt and Kambosos had the rest.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, look, imagine a build-up. There'll be a lot about debates about that. There'll be
some fights. There'll be some arguments. There'll be some handbags. 100%.
It'll be heated. And at the end of the day, that's what we want. I think it's a great fight.
Who do you think would win that fight?
I think Styles. I think from what we've seen, Teofimo Lopez steps up to the plate when he knows he's fighting a great fighter. Haney, you can hate him, you can love him. He's a great fighter. He's a talented fighter. I think you said 20. Is he 20? I think he's just turned 24. He's a young, undisputed champion. And look, it's a 50-50 fight. For me, I'm a Teofimo Lopez fan. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I see how both can win. Haney has that style that can frustrate Teofimo Lopez. He can keep it long. He can outbox him. But then that's the thing. If we see the best Teofimo Lopez, we've seen he can also box. He also has skills. He also has a chin. He's already been at the weight. He's beaten a big, the best 140-pounder in the world at the time, Josh Taylor. And he has knockout power. We've seen Devin Haney rocked, by Linares. We've seen Devin Haney hurt at times. And I think Teofimo Lopez has the skill to at least hurt him and stop. And for me, I'll go for a round. I think Teofimo Lopez stops Devin Haney late. He might be behind on the scorecards, but for me, it's a 50-50 fight. Haney, can he hurt Lopez? I don't know. I think Teofimo Lopez, is upwards and onwards now for him. I think he's had that rough patch. He's had his personal issues. I think that's going to be cleared. I think he's back now. He's back, and I think that's a great fight. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think for sure. The only way Haney can probably win is if he takes it all the way, as opposed to like you said, he's weak chin. So Lopez has the power, which is actually quite rare to have power at that weight as well. Like we talk about the heavyweights and their power, but all heavyweights have power. But when you're a smaller fighter, let's say, to generate power like that, that's special.
100%. And
so Lopez, really explosive. So I mean, it's interesting when you get fights like that because maybe Haney could surprise us and last. Maybe he could take it. Who knows? Because but I guess I
The
mean,
thing is, I wonder. I think people actually think Haney is the favorite. The reason I say that is because you know what you're going to get from Haney,
mm,
and he can really frustrate. It might be a boring style, but he can frustrate Lopez. At the end of the day, Haney hasn't lost. He hasn't
uh-huh.
come close to losing.
Lopez
TEOFIMO
has
Lopez
won.
has lost.
Mm,
Whether his head was right or it's because he didn't turn up, stupid game plan. Regardless, at the end of the day, he's lost. There was another fight, 2 fights ago against Sandor Martin. People thought he lost. He got the decision. So the question mark would be what TEOFIMO Lopez would we get? So I think that's why you have to give the edge to Haney on the
mm.
in and he'll be the favorite because you know what you're getting from Haney. You know it's a frustrating style, and you know it's a style that is hard to beat. It's hard to beat a smart fighter who is an amazing boxer. You know, he's a long rangy fighter. He's very
No,
skilled,
yeah,
very
for
smart,
sure.
and very disciplined.
No, exactly, and he knows his limitations, which is very important in boxing. So he's going to do what he's going to do. He's going to stick to his game plan. So yeah, I mean it'll be a very good fight to watch. A very good fight to watch. And like I said, for them both to be fighting 24-25, that we don't get that usually. Even Crawford, that fight that's happening much later than people wanted, I guess. So yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
I guess what perfect time to talk about that.
yeah,
Look, next topic: Spence v Crawford.
yeah.
29th of July, so almost just over 2 weeks away, basically 2 weeks away.
Biggest fight.
Yes, mate. Look, we're from the UK, and it's good. We've got a UK broadcaster. We won't need to watch it on some dodgy platform. We won't need to watch it on like a fight app. We've got a big UK platform, TNT Sports. As we know it as BT Sport, but the name's going to change. 1995, reasonable for one of the biggest fights in centuries, and mate, it's one of those. How you feeling about it? I think it's one of those fights that
I mean, I can't
it's a
wait to see
huge
it. I
fight.
can't wait for you to pay for it and for me to come and watch it.
It's
I'm
on you,
saying,
baby. It's on you,
hey,
Money Mayweather, Mr.
Mr.
Worldwide,
Money, Mr. Money, come on, let's go.
Mr.
No, I mean
300,000 a year.
that's going to be a really good fight. Because you did your video, right? You can put the cards up there later, on the Crawford fights and stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, mate, I can't wait to watch that fight with you. It's going to be so epic. Because I don't even know how it's going to go down.
100%. Look, guys, if you haven't seen, check it 2 weeks ago. 3 reasons why Spence beats Crawford, and I've got 3 reasons why Crawford beats Spence. So if you haven't already, check it out.
Check it, they're good videos, yeah.
But yeah,
And
back to
some,
what you're saying. Yeah, it's just 2 weeks away now. Look, we're getting a bit more promotion now. What's going on? Look, we're getting mate. Have you seen the all access?
no, I haven't actually.
So obviously, I'll show you, mate. I'm gonna send this to you later. It's the episode 1.
Yeah.
Honestly, look, all access. It's like the all access. Remember Mayweather used to have them.
I
It's
remember.
episode 1. Came out 4 days ago. Already 1.3 mil views. So that's awesome. You see what it means to them. Both look super focused.
Yeah.
It's lovely to see where Crawford's from. Omaha, Nebraska, I believe. He's just out there with his community. It's beautiful. You can see a snippet here. Look, you can see Spence with his young daughters. They're both hungry. It's going to be a crazy fight. It's honestly a 50-50 fight. It's one of those fights. It could be a Hagler Hearns. We're seeing an undisputed champion, at the welterweight division, the first time in the 4-belt era. Look,
I mean, yeah, because they both similar knockouts, you know, really, really interesting fighters. Like, who's going to go on the inside? Who's going to play, go the distance? I don't know. I can't even see how the fight's going to even happen because in terms of how it's going to go down.
Honestly, for me,
because it's so equal, right? It's rare to have two fighters that are probably arguably equal footing. I don't know if you think that as well, but
yeah, it is rare. It's going to be interesting. Look, as you look at that, undefeated, undisputed, unprecedented. What a poster! It's
gives you
for
chills,
me.
man.
It's going to be good. It's going to be. Look, you've got the forward pressure on Spence. You've got that work rate. You got that volume. You got those body punches. You got the long jab. But then you've got the counter punching and adaptability of Crawford. Will he fight in
Crawford's
southpaw, his
boxing
favoured
IQ,
stance? Will he fight orthodox? Will he land? Will he be behind on the scorecards? Will he go toe to toe with Spence, who people think he is? Spence is the bigger and stronger fighter, but both as powerful, just as powerful as each other. And it's just so much to it. Will Spence be more rusty? He hasn't fought since April last year, whereas Crawford's fought in December. Look at the quotes: being the magnitude of the fight, the stage of this fight, the level. Yes, I need it. Everything that's on the line. Yes, I need Spence. Career-wise, I don't need Errol. I've already accomplished so much in boxing that I can ride in a sunset, and I don't agree with that. I do think he needs this fight because as much as, despite everything he's achieved, it's the icing on the cake for him.
Yeah.
They need each other.
Yeah, and I think this is all his life. His career has led to this moment. This is his moment, right? Arguably for both of them. Like whoever wins this fight,
pound for
they
pound
will
number
have
one.
the biggest cake, So,
They're both winner will be pound for pound number one.
What a fight! All of that. I can't even imagine the pressure. I mean, they probably love it. Like they probably just can't wait to get out there. Like what? We're 29th of July. Just over 2 weeks away.
What I found refreshing as well is that they're both respectful. They have their bit of trash talk, like
nothing
respectful
major,
trash talk, like a bit of just back and forth banter, jokes about, no swearing. They let both fighters let their fighting do the talking, and maybe I guess that's just who they are. Maybe this is why this fight isn't one of those for the public. The public casual fans, like a Tank and Garcia. Maybe that had a bit more buzz and hype around it. But at the end of the day, if you know boxing, if you're a boxing fan, make sure you watch this.
This fight is for boxing fans. Yeah.
This is brilliant fight.
That's why there probably hasn't been as much marketing as you'd hope, But at the same time, this is for the boxing enthusiast, right? Because this is like two really good styles going against each other. Mate, it's just perfect timing in my opinion. So
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But as we're on the welterweight division, if you haven't already, guys, obviously watch my reaction to Jerome Boots Ennis with what a performance last weekend against Roman Villa, a dominant 10th round knockout, which I predicted. I knew he would outclass Roman Villa. I watched the Villa Ellis fight. Ellis he just got tired, and he was getting outboxed by Ellis. But Roman Villa's game, hats off to him. He's a warrior, but Boots Ennis is special. And I'll give you the question again, guys. Is he the most complete fighter in boxing? And who is the most complete fighter in boxing? If you want to find out, check my video out. He's going to be a problem in the welterweight division. I see, obviously, the thing is, the Spence Crawford, there's a rematch clause both ways. Mm-hmm. But I think both of them will probably move up to 154 pounds, or will just have the rematch there. And it makes sense because the likes of, the young guns, Boots, Ennis, etc., they can, fight it out between them, and the welterweight division can move on. It'll be interesting to see who Boots fights next. And Yonis, obviously, I feel bad for him. He was supposed to fight Virgil Ortiz. That got cancelled. So that'll be a great fight, both with PBC. Conor Benn, there's news about him having his hearing, him probably getting cleared.
Really?
I mean, let's see what
news.
What do you make of that one? I just think with Conor Benn, look, if you fail 2 drug tests, surely you're...
What are you doing?
No, but
surely you talk to your doctors and
No, but what I don't get is how can you not be guilty, right? You know more.
Well, you are. I mean, bro, if you fail 2 drug tests, then obviously something's not right.
Because look, part of Conor Benn's defense is in his UCAD case reportedly now centers around arguments about whether he is outside of UCAD's jurisdiction because he gave up his BBOC FC license, and whether UCAD can. It's just bollocks. Conor Benn will learn the outcomes of UCAD's investigation this week. There's a tweet here.
But then if he is found guilty, what will actually happen?
Well, he's banned for 2 years.
For how long? 2 years, yeah.
A couple years. Look at this. The focus of Ben's defense at this stage is in the process of believed to center on whether he. Yeah, we read it. It's just bollocks, isn't it? It's just bollocks. Nothing new, really.
I guess we'll just find out, really.
Yeah, we'll just find out. But guys, it's quite a lot of boxing this weekend. We have Baumgardner. So let's start with the DAZN card. We've got Baumgardner fighting Alicia Baumgardner, the undisputed super featherweight champion, so 130 pounds. 14-1, 7 knockouts, and she's only got one defeat, and she's
crazy,
looking to avenge that defeat this weekend. She's against Christina Linardatou, who she lost a split decision to. When was it? It was I think it was 2020, wasn't it? 2018. So there's a close fight. I need to rewatch that fight. But look,
5 years ago.
She's obviously clearly the better fighter. Christina Linardatou, what has she done since? She's obviously she's coming off 2 UDs, unanimous decision. She lost to Katie Taylor, who's a great fighter in 2019. She's still a top fighter. But Baumgardner is looking to. She can punch herself.
Now, yeah.
She can punch herself. 6 knockouts. So look, it's going to be an interesting fight. I'm looking forward to seeing Baumgardner fight. I believe this card is in Detroit. So it's going to be. Yeah, it is in Detroit. I think it is. Yeah. She's going to fight in Detroit. It's her hometown. It's a good card. We have Andy Cruz also making his debut. So Andy Cruz, right? Is one of the he's Cuban. He's also the 135-pound division just stacked, because Andy Cruz, right? He's also he's also joining the 135-pound division, and there's just so many fighters. So Tank, Haney. Yeah. This is Andy Cruz. He's making his debut. He's beat Keyshawn Davis. I think it's 3 times in the amateurs. Who's also a special talent. And look what he said. Look, Eddie Hearn has stated that Andy Cruz could be one of the best fighters he's ever signed.
Wow, really?
And they're putting him against. Check this out, then. Look how good to show how good they rate him in his first fight, in his pro debut. He's not getting an easy fight. Look, check this out. He's fighting. Look, 0 fights, 0 knockouts. He is fighting Juan Carlos Burgos. Look at that.
Jeez.
35. Look how experienced he is. He's fighting a veteran.
It's a good test.
He's fighting a veteran.
Really good test.
Let's go back onto that. For his first fight, it's a risk, right? But that just shows how much they're rating him.
Yeah.
They're confident in him. Actually, you see there his amateur record. Wow, 140 fights, 9 losses. That's a great. So he's experienced. Look, he's where's his age?
Doesn't say there, does it?
Oh, he's not old. I think
must be 20s.
He's the mid-20s. I think he's 24. Okay, look. So
27. Okay. No, that's not him, mate.
That's not him.
That looks more like ballet. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is him. I think. Yeah, it is.
Him.
It's 20. Yeah, it's 27. Andy Cruz. Yeah. So no, I guess that's why then, because shout out Box Live, great website. Where were we? But yeah, look, he's 27, but he's in his prime. So no wonder he's not old. But I mean, look, he's in his prime now. And
he's obviously been on the circuit for a while, yeah. Sorry.
Exactly, but they're going to fast track him like a Lomachenko, and he's against Burgos. Look at that. He's a power puncher. He's lost 7 times, but he's no journeyman. He's going to be. So I'm really looking forward to that fight. I'm going to be watching that on the undercard. And look, what's so interesting is look, Keyshawn Davis just fought him, and Keyshawn Davis lost to Andy Cruz. Keyshawn Davis Keyshawn Davis is a hot prospect. Look, 8-0, 6 knockouts. One 24. Of the hot prospects. But Andy Cruz has beaten him 3 times. So that's probably the fight they're going to build up. So Andy Cruz, they're going to see, okay, Davis went the full 8 rounds with this guy. Let's see what Andy Cruz can do in his debut. People aren't ruling out Andy Cruz to lose. Surely he can lose because like Lomachenko lost his second fight.
Yeah, you can. I mean, there's experience.
So it's going to be interesting.
Is key, but it's a good fight for him, regardless, because he'll learn loads from that fight.
100%. But yeah, that's the DAZN card, and then we also have. That's the thing. What I find annoying about the PBC cards, like they don't have a UK broadcaster. So I find that really frustrating. But I'll probably try and catch that either if I can find if it's available anywhere.
You'll find it legally.
Yeah, no, I'll probably have to watch it the next day.
Exactly.
Because but look, so Frank Martin is fighting Harutyunyan. I'll pull it up on. So Frank again, same division, mate. Same division as Shakur Stevenson, Haney, Tank Davis, Keishon Davis.
Division, man.
Pitbull Cruz, Kambosos,
So many good fighters.
Lomachenko, Haney. So look, this is another fighter. So he's actually
really exciting. Yeah.
So he is another fighter who's in the same gym as Derek James. So who guess Derek James, Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia, Anthony Joshua, Jamel Charlo, who's going to fight Canelo, and Errol Spence. You're telling me that's amazing. That's stacked, isn't it? But look, 17-0, 12 knockouts. He's also in his prime. Come on, Boxrec. Where's the age? I think he's
28.
Where are you looking?
It says there.
Oh, yeah. So it's just me. So look, he's in his prime. Look, he's a skilled fighter. I was watching it yesterday, mate, against Michael Rivera. That was a 50-50 fight. Michael Rivera was 24-0, 14 knockouts, and some people had Michael Rivera as the favorite. But he's Frank Martin's sharp. He's very similar to Shakur Stevenson. He's fast-handed, southpaw. He's got knockout power. He's super skilled. And look, there's a lot after this fight. We need to step him up. We need to get him against, Shakur Stevenson, Tank 100%. Davis, Lomachenko, all the top guys. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, guys, look, we just reacted to some of the news. Anthony Yard to return on the Zhang Joyce card. Obviously, that's going to be a great fight. I hope Anthony Yard actually has. Yeah, I hope Anthony Yard has a good fight. He fights a lot of journeyman when he has his warm-up fights. Oh, by the way, mate. Obviously, did you catch the Usyk Dubois press conference? That's happening. That fight, obviously.
No, I didn't, man. I can't. I'm just disappointed.
Well, obviously, you can see here, Usyk promoter criticizes Fury. He's disrespectful to his fans. What they want in return is the big fight. It's true. It's true, mate.
He's right, 100%. Absolute
look,
clunker.
He's fighting Dubois, Usyk v Dubois, August 26th in Poland. Mate, I think it's a mismatch. I think Usyk's going to play with Dubois. Dubois has a puncher's chance because he's a power puncher.
The thing is, you could even fight Joshua, right? Like, that fight could still happen. If you don't want to fight Usyk, fine. At least fight Joshua then.
Yeah, I know. It's just... it's just frustrating. It's super frustrating. I
think Usyk will retire in the end.
No, I think that fight has got to happen. I think it's got to happen. Wow, look at this. That's interesting. That's interesting. Even my kids were like, "Dad, is he going to fight the Spencer guy?" It's so beautiful, man. That's why it's like you can't. If I'm a Spence fan, but I'm also a Terence Crawford fan. If they've got beautiful families, they're great personalities, they're lovely guys. At the end of the day, they're bloody elite boxers. absolute elite boxers.
Professionals, man.
Oh my god, Crawford 39-0, 30 knockouts. Honestly, watch the All Access. Watch the All Access, mate. It's brutal. It's not brutal. It's entertaining. Get a bit more of a backstory. But yeah, before we
I think the fight itself is just going to be so interesting. Especially, be interesting to see your scorecard as well.
Oh yeah, look at this. So obviously, Andy
He's getting
Ruiz
back in
and
shape.
Deontay Wilder. Yeah, Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder have been back and forth again, calling each other out. I just think it's bullshit, really. Just bloody sort it out and make the fight. They keep going back and forth. It was funny though because Wilder was like, "Big boy," you know. It's funny, and then
But I can't see. I can see Wilder just knocking him out. To be honest.
yeah, I just think it's too good. Obviously, this was the face-off.
Should be Fury. Even Usyk must be so pissed off as well. He must say, "Why am I fighting you? You know, I want to fight Fury." So
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a bit of banter there. No menace.
I'm feels. Yeah.
Feels, yeah. But look, I think that's everything for today, guys. Yeah, you know, it'll be every Friday, guys. But yeah, that's episode 4 wrapped up. If you haven't already, check out our other podcast, All About It. Link will be in the bio, in the description. And yeah, I'll be reacting to the fights. Check my videos out every Monday and Friday. I'm almost at 1K of you know, almost on 600, but get me to 1K. Join the journey.
Bro, you're getting
Check
there
out
so
Don's
close.
channels. Check
Come
out Don's
on,
channels
1K. Mr. YouTube right there. Jesus Christ, King of Boxing. Let's
Sugar
go.
Ray.
Sugar Ray.
But yeah, guys, we're out.
All right, peace. Look after yourselves. Have a good weekend.
Talking numbers on the phone while I'm getting brains. Switch 4 lanes, I'm in my own lane. You can catch me